Going on to you, Aquarius out here. Hopefully, y'all are having a good day. You actually have the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and then you, Aquarius, also have the Eight of Pentacles. Very powerful. This may sound weird, but you, Aquarius, you have people in your life who make it seem like they know what's best for you, and they don't. Let's get into it. The Ace of Pentacles represents you. The Page of Cups represents you. You, Aquarius, being a treasure trove. You have your own ideas. And it seems as if like people think that you're stupid, or you don't know what you want, or they don't know, or they try to make it seem like you don't know where you're going. And you, Aquarius, do. See, and I ain't got to explain this to y'all, but for the cross watchers, and somebody has to say it, Aquarius, a lot of the times, know where y'all are going. Y'all know. The situation for you, Aquarius, is that other people they're so caught up with control and controlling you. They gotta control your mind, they gotta control your body. They're caught up with your looks, they're caught up with, whatever it is. Because Aquarius are strikingly beautiful people, right? But at the same time, though, person has to be into you. They have to actually be into you other than just your physical looks, right? And find out about what you've got going on, right? And one of the easiest ways, I'm telling you business, but one of the easiest ways for people to really invest themselves into you is for them to ask questions about you, right? To gain understanding, to gain a better understanding, to gain knowledge, and then to potentially even use what they learned from you and make it their own thing, right? And learn from you how they can learn something from you. But you have people who will try to make it seem like you, Aquarius, are like stupid people, even though you, Aquarius, have a vision for yourself and you have your own outlook as to what it is that you said. And so the situation with that is the Eight of Pentacles here represents how a lot of you, Aquarius, this person, Eight of Pentacles, right, represents how this person will try to make it seem like, come, let me help you, right? You don't have an understanding of what you're doing, right? For some of them. And it comes off condescendingly, or it comes off as being condescending, because the Lovers represents you're accustomed to doing things on your own. And you're not going to listen to a person who doesn't take you seriously enough to know that you have a mind of your own. Yeah. When it comes to, let me explain something to you. And again, I'm sure I don't have to say this. Y'all already know this. When it comes to the Aquarius, cannot control the Aquarius. Can't control the Aquarius. The Aquarius, everything that the Aquarius does is their own choice. And a person who's going to be with you has to respect that. And so the situation for you, Aquarius, is that you know what you want, where you want to go, but you have goofy goobers, to say the least, because I got to watch my words here on YouTube. You have silly individuals whom think that they know better than you, whether it's friendship, romantic, or family wise, and they don't. And they try to make it seem like, come, Aquarius, let me help you. But you, Aquarius, have your own mind, and you're like, no, you couldn't be yourselves if you allowed a person to tell you how to think, tell you how to move. You Aquarius wouldn't be. You wouldn't like it. You, Aquarius, would be absolutely. You would be unhappy if you found yourself in a relationship. You had a family member that didn't think that you had a mind of your own, or close friendship that didn't see you as having a mind of your own. You couldn't be in a relationship like that. If you found yourself in a relationship like that, when I say relationship, I'm not talking about just love, I mean any kind of connection, right? You wouldn't like it. You wouldn't be able to function the way that you could, you could, right? Or you have an idea of. And so now you have this high priestess right here, which represents how. And so what's going on here is that you hide that aspect of yourself, right? But it's in plain sight. You're not actually hiding it, but it's in plain sight. You, Aquarius, are artists. You are an artiste. You have an outlook, but other people just don't look. What does this have to do with anything? This has everything to do with the reading, because the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, represents how you, Aquarius, understand that there is no way anyone who may even be trying to get at you will ever be with you if they are objectifying you in that way. Once again, Aquarius, I definitely get it. You want to be looked at as a living being. You have different layers to you. I get it. You have different layers to you. Different layers. You have a body. You look good. You have a mind. You have imagination. Your own dreams and aspirations, right? Your goals. And you want a person to look at that and not just deal with you in one capacity. You want a person to look at you as layers. This is what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what I know and the cards that come up. Okay? All right? I'm not out here on some nonsense or whatever the case may be, BSing or whatever the case may be, And so why this is paramount, it's very important, is because the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands represents, this is where a lot of the crux of the situations that you, Aquarius, find yourself in right now. You have a lot of people whom right now, but in general, throughout your life, they covet you. They want you in a specific, they don't just, they want you, but they want you in a specific way. They cannot accept, or they will not accept, the fact that you, Aquarius, have your own mind and you will do what you want to do, and they cannot control that. I've talked about this before. When it comes to being with an Aquarius, The other person has to accept the fact that that comes with a degree of pain. Have I been hurt from Aquarius that I've tried to date? Absolutely. Of course I have. Because they have a mind of their own. You have a mind of your own, and I respect it because I don't want anybody encroaching on my freedom. I'm an alpha. Excuse me, not an alpha, a sigma, excuse me. But a sigma has alpha traits. Definitely not an alpha. Running around telling people what to do. That gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like I'm some sort of boss or whatever. Anyway, some self-deluded. That gives me the shakes. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here with that is, and so it's kind of this the Nine of Wands, the Star card. You want people to be able to, one of your highest goals and dreams and aspirations is so that people can see you in that light of being layered and multi-layered. You, Aquarius, are dealing with people right now, or you've stopped dealing with people as of recently. Or maybe it just seems like it's a never-ending thing, because maybe it seems like no matter where it is that you go, people just covet you. And it seems like you, Aquarius, you have twos and fews. People say ones and twos, but I say my own personal self. You can use it if you want to. I say twos and fews because it rhymes, but twos and fews where that actually see you, but the vast majority of the time, people covet you, your beauty, you're beautiful, and they drool, they slobber, right? They drool for your beauty, your body, you're so good, but they don't. All of it is in vain, because they don't actually want to get to know other aspects of who you are. You feel like people will listen to you only so that they can get your body. They don't actually care about you, right? So they will tell you some stuff and they'll say, what? Yeah, word, that's wow. But they won't actually really listen to you and ask questions specifically about what you may have told them or chose to share with them that actually kind of displays that you actually care about something other than, that they care about something other than your body. Or the fact that maybe you can make them money or whatever the case may be, or, you got a job and maybe you spend, you might be generous. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that a lot of you Aquarius right now are kind of over it, in the sense that like you Aquarius are by yourselves or single, or you're in happy marriages, But for you Aquarius who are in happy marriages though, the person sees you, right? Right? But this also tells a tale about even the Aquarius who are in happy marriages, because it goes to show part of why it is that you married the person that you married, right? They got you because they probably had to go through they probably had the gift of seeing. They saw not just your body, or maybe you can make them money or whatever, but they dealt with you in different ways. Whenever it is that I deal with a person whom I'm trying to get to know, I always deal with them from that perspective. I don't just deal with them from the perspective of their body or just their mind. I deal with them from multi-layered perspective in real life. And that's part of the reason, now that I come to think of it, that's probably the reason why a lot of the people who I end up going out with end up really being in love with me. But that's neither here nor there. That's just the realization. But the point that I'm trying to make here is you want that. And so what's going on here is that The Page of Pentacles for you, Aquarius, also represents how until then, you will continue to be the artiste. You will continue to shine and do your own thing, right? You have a specific goal in mind, and that you're doing it. You're actually implementing that goal, or implementing what you want to happen. And it's happening. But other people who choose to ignore you and your talent, and I guess other aspects of you, right? Not just your talent, of course, your body. It has to be all of those things, right? Your talent, your body, your mind, your ideas. Because sometimes, you know, ideas are in different gradations, right? Sometimes those things don't necessarily give you like directly with money, but sometimes those things lead you to greatness. What I mean by that, you will have a dream, right, about eating chocolate cake or vanilla cake or whatever it is, whatever flavor you like, or whatever the case may be, right? Or I don't know, a cupcake or a muffin or whatever the case may be, right? Or whatever it is, right? And you may be thinking to yourself, what does that mean? Meanwhile, you eating the cake or the, wow, no pun intended, or the muffin, or I guess, I don't know, pun intended, whatever. Where did that come from? Anyway, actually can put you on your path towards being great, because things are synchronized sometimes. You may think that you're just using your imagination, and this is just you, Aquarius, just using your imagination, and it's stupid. Meanwhile, that imagination that you have is something that you actually need, and something that you should have. The Most High gave you your imagination for a reason. And so you should definitely use it, right? You know, I love imaginative people myself, right? I wish I could find myself, me personally, I wish I could find myself an imaginative significant other. I'd be in love with them, you know, because I like to be imaginative too. All this, I don't like all this ghetto gangster stuff. You know, you got to fit in with the gangster type of stuff or whatever. You know, the person is the living definition of it, right? They watch, you know, they watch all the gangster movies, you know, the Menace to Society, all of that, right? I like something a little bit, I like something more imaginative. So let's clarify some of these cards here, right? So I definitely get it. Let's clarify the Star card, which is Aquarius. So you did show up in your own reading here. You have the Lovers, Four of Wands, Two of Wands, Six of Pentacles, and then you have the Strength card. So what I'm saying here for you is that this is very much so a situation for you, Aquarius, where the Lovers is about how, again, and not only do you want to be seen as a person with many layers, but you also wish to be seen, and you also wish to be you also wish to have closeness with a person, whether it's romantic, friendship, or friendship wise, but mainly romantic. For you Aquarius, who already have that kind of relationship, your dreams have already came true. You know, you found someone that doesn't just look at you for your body, or look at you because you can make them a couple of dollars or whatever the case may be, or whatever. You, Aquarius, actually, you know, you want a person that loves you and sees you for many different layers. It's the same thing with me. Wink, wink, hint, hint. Same thing with me. Part of the reason why I break away from a lot of these people that I've dated is because of the same thing too. They only want me because of the money, because of my earning potential, you know, because things are going according to plan, right? I have a credit score now, credit score now, credit score is actually kind of good, right? It's good, things like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually making the way, but they don't, or maybe, what I'm saying, for my reputation of being a Kenpachi, right? Even though I earned that nickname. But the point that I'm trying to make here is they don't deal with me at the capacity. So now why that's important is because that's what you want. You want someone that deals with you from the capacity of they see you as multi-layered. And the Six of Pentacles and the Strength card represents if they cannot deal with you from that perspective, you won't be with them, because what would be the point? You wouldn't enjoy being in a relationship with them anyway. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Well, what do I know? Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We are at 26,869 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Maybe I may tell y'all something about the anti-universe in the next Aquarius video.